just as you sound okay, the lady sounds a little bit far away, so she might just need to raise her voice.
Okay, Ana.
There, Ana?
We'll try it. We'll see if the judge can also hear her. Thank you.
There, Ana?
We'll try it, Lorena. We'll let you know. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Cantu, I just have a few questions.
Solo tengo algunas preguntas, señora Cantú.
Do you still want to get divorced?
¿Usted todavía se quiere divorciar?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you asking the court to grant you the divorce because it's become unsupportable?
¿Usted está pidiendo que la corte conceda el divorcio porque el matrimonio se ha vuelto insoportable?
Sí.
Yes.
Is there any expectations that you might get back together with Mr. Cantu?
¿Hay alguna expectativa que usted se vaya a juntar de nuevo con el señor Cantú? No, I don't think so.
Aside from the child that's about to turn 18, are there any other children expected of the marriage?
Aparte de la niña que va a cumplir 18 años, ¿hay algún otro niño que se espera del matrimonio? No.
Okay, based on the evidence that I'm hearing, and before I pronounce,
Basado en la evidencia que estoy escuchando.
Mr. Cantu, I'm sorry, but she is the petitioner. She's asking for the divorce, so I'm going to grant it based on the testimony that I have heard.
Señor Cantú, lo siento mucho, pero ella es la que metió la petición, so voy a otorgar el divorcio.
Yes, okay.
Ms. Cantu, are you requesting a name change?
¿Usted está pidiendo un cambio de nombre? ¿El apellido?
Sí.
Well, yes.
What is the name change that you want?
¿Cuál es el apellido que quiere? Garza.
Gloria Mirna Garza?
Yes.
The court will grant the name change, and I'm writing it into the decree.
La corte va a otorgar el cambio de nombre, de apellido.
Is there any property that I have to be aware of that has to be divided?
¿Hay propiedad de la que yo tenga que saber que se tenga que dividir? No.
Okay. Based on the evidence and testimony that the court has heard and the filings with the court, I've already signed the order granting the decree of divorce on February 23rd, 2021.
Basado en la evidencia y el testimonio que la corte ha escuchado, voy a otorgar el divorcio el día 24 de febrero del 2021.
The clerk will be getting the divorce decree, and you'll get a copy in about 3 or 4 days.
La corte va a recibir el decreto de divorcio y usted va a recibir una copia en algunos 3 días. Okay.
Good luck to both of you.
Buena suerte a los dos.
Yes.
Thank you.
Lorena. Can we bring the two parties on the first case we called, Guadalupe Robles Barreras and Martín Arcaro Gonzalez? I need both of them in because there's no service. Oh, there is waiver of service.
Judge, also real quick, I noticed that Mr. Cesar Tapia is on, and we already granted his divorce decree.
Which one
Page
was
5.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Tapia,
Yes, sir.
and actually, I've seen that we called your case as one of the first ones. The divorce was granted based on what you all submitted. Nothing was changed, okay?
hmm Yeah, it's because I was given the wrong information, so I was trying to get in through a Zoom meeting with a different, was it Judge Hale? So
Yeah.
I had the wrong information on that.
That's okay. I mean, nothing changed based on what you all submitted, okay? So you're divorced and you can go now.
Your Honor, I just wanted to let you know, I mean, she's not here, but I have her stimulus check, her stimulus money that I was given in January, the $600. I made a money order and I'm gonna go ahead and deliver it to her parents' house and leave it in the mailbox.
That's fine. I mean, yeah, legally that's hers. So yeah, thank you for doing that, Mr. Tapia. You're good to go.
No problem, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, have a good day and good luck.
You too. Bye-bye.
The court is going to recall 2020 FLB 1734 D2 in the matter of Guadalupe Robles Barreras and Martin Arcadio Gonzalez. Are they
Judge.
present? Yes.
Oh, it's because the mic was on mute. Yes, they're both present.
Your Honor, I believe the Ms. Barrera has an announcement.
What's the announcement?
¿Qué es el anuncio, señora Barrera? El anuncio que usted le iba a decir al juez. ¿Tenía algo?
No, nada.
No, nothing.
Do they still want to get divorced?
¿Ustedes todavía se quieren divorciar?
Yo quiero, ¿me puede atender, señor juez?
Judge, may you attend me?
Well, I've called the case and I have to swear you in before I take any testimony.
Ya hablé el caso, los tengo que poner bajo juramento antes de tomar algún tipo de testimonio.
Sí.
Okay, yes.
Am I assessing this correctly, that he wants to get divorced and she doesn't?
Estoy accesando esto correctamente, que el señor se quiere divorciar y ella no se quiere divorciar.
No, yo no me quiero divorciar.
No, I don't want to get divorced.
Does Ms. Barreras want to get divorced?
¿La señorita Barrera se quiere divorciar?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, unfortunately, under the laws of the state of Texas, we can't force anyone to stay in a divorce. So if she testifies here today and asks me for the divorce, by law, I'm bound to grant it.
Desafortunadamente, bajo las leyes del estado de Texas, no podemos forzar a nadie a quedarse en un matrimonio. So, si ella dice testimonio que se quiere divorciar, lo voy a tener que otorgar.
Sí, yo.
Yes.
Okay. Can both of you please raise your right hand so I can swear you in?
Pueden levantar la mano derecha para ponerlos bajo juramento.
Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give
Ustedes juran que la evidencia y el testimonio que van a dar
shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
va a ser la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad bajo el amparo de Dios. Yes.
Sí.
Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. Gonzalez is the petitioner, so I'm going to ask her some questions first, and then I'll ask you some questions.
Señor González, la señorita Barreras es la peticionaria. Solo voy a hacer unas preguntas a ella primero y luego después a usted. Yes.
Ms. Barreras, you're currently married to Mr. Martin Arcadio Gonzalez.
Señorita Barreras, ¿usted está actualmente casada con el señor Martín Arcadio González?
Es correcto.
That's correct.
Have you lived in Texas for at least 6 months?
¿Usted ha vivido en el estado de Texas por 6 meses?
Sí.
Yes.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
En el condado de Webb por 90 días.
Sí, sí más. O sea, en el, o sea,
En el
aquí en-
condado de Webb.
aquí
Sí,
en la-
sí.
en el
Yes.
área.
How long have you been separated?
¿Cuánto tiempo tienen separados?
Un mes.
Un mes.
1 month.
Are you asking the court to grant your divorce because the marriage has become insupportable?
¿Usted está pidiendo que la tribunal otorgue el divorcio porque el matrimonio se ha vuelto insoportable?
Es correcto.
That's correct.
Is there any expectations that you might get back together again?
¿Hay alguna expectativa de que ustedes se vayan a juntar de nuevo?
Yo creo que no.
I don't think so.
And I have to ask you the same question, Mr. Gonzalez. Is there any expectations that you might get back together again?
Y le tengo que hacer la misma pregunta a usted, señor González. ¿Hay alguna expectativa de que ustedes se vayan a reconciliar?
Yo sí quisiera porque la amo, pero respeto su decisión de ella y aquí estoy ante usted, pues,
I,
pidiéndole una nueva oportunidad, pero respeto.
um, I respect her decision, and I'm here in front of you, Judge. And I
Le estoy haciendo que volvamos, le estoy pidiendo que volvamos. Y
and I'm
voy a
asking her,
cambiar.
and I'm asking her for us to get back together, and that
Es
I'll
todo.
change. That's it.
Okay.
Es todo lo que
Miss-
pido, la oportunidad, es todo.
That-
Ante el juez.
That's all I ask in front of you, Judge. Just an opportunity.
Well, I'll address that here in a little bit. Ms. Barreras, are there any children of the marriage?
Señorita Barreras, ¿hay niños del matrimonio?
No.
No.
Are any expected?
¿Está esperando algún niño?
No.
No.
Is there any property that I need to be made aware of that has to be divided up?
¿Hay propiedad de la que yo tenga que saber que se tenga que dividir? No.
Mr. Gonzalez, as I mentioned earlier,
Señor González, como mencioné hace ratito,
I can't force someone to stay into a marriage.
yo no puedo forzar a alguien a quedarse en un matrimonio.
So I'm going to grant the divorce based on the testimony that I heard today.
Entonces voy a otorgar el divorcio basado en el testimonio que he escuchado el día de hoy.
Now, a decree was not submitted
Un decreto no fue sometido, el decreto final.
the court will prepare it and submit it, but it's going to take a few days.
La corte va a preparar el decreto y lo va a archivar, pero se va a tardar algunos días.
Okay, you'll get a copy once it's been filed, but the court is granting the divorce.
La corte va a otorgar el divorcio y usted va a recibir copia del decreto final cuando ya se proceda.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll tell this to Mr. Gonzalez, I mean, there's no reason why in the future, if you all reconcile, you can't get remarried.
Y le digo esto al señor González, no hay ninguna razón que ustedes no se puedan reconciliar en el futuro y juntarse de nuevo.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you.
Buena suerte a los dos.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Muy amable.
Did we do, okay. I lost track where we were. We did come to, right? Yes,
Yes, Judge.
okay.
Yes, Judge.
All right. The next case that's ready, I think, is 2020 FLB 1765 on page 7, in the matter of Sarifa Delia Benitez versus Nicanor Elizar de la Cruz Espinosa. Why did I put this was ready? Oh, there's a waiver. Are the parties present?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Benitez is present on the virtual courtroom, Judge.
Oh, se me quitaron la cámara, me pusieron la cámara. Hello.
Good afternoon, Ms. Benitez.
Yes, sir.
Is Nicanor going to appear?
No, I don't think he is going to. That's why he signed the waiver.
But yes, he did. Okay, so let me ask you to raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Do you solemnly,
Yes, sir.
do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay. Is your true and correct name Serenidad?
It's Serafina Delia Benitez.
Okay. Serafina?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you been living in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes, I have, sir.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
Correct.
And you're currently married to Nicamor de la Cruz Espinosa?
Yes, it's correct, sir.
How long have you been separated?
Since March, ends of March of 2020.
Are there any children of the marriage?
No, sir, there's no children.
Are any expected?
No, sir, nothing expected.
Okay. Has the marriage become insupportable?
Yes, sir.
Is there any expectation that you might get back together again?
No, sir, there's no expectation.
And according to the decree, there's no property that I need to be made aware of, right? That has to be divided.
Correct. That is correct.
And I have a decree here with your signature on it.
And also his.
And that was my next question. Okay, and he signed it?
Yes, sir.
Are you requesting a name change?
I don't think I ever changed it to De La Cruz, but yes, put Serafina Delia Benitez, that is my name.
That's what's on the decree, and that will be granted just in case.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, based on the evidence and testimony we've heard, I'm going to grant a divorce effective today. I'm signing the order now,
Thank you, sir.
and the district clerk's office will send a copy in a few days, okay? If you want one quicker, they'll charge you $2 a page or something like that.
Oh, they do mail a copy to both of us?
Yes,
Or just to me?
to both.
Okay, perfect.
Your decree has been signed, and thank you for having everything ready and actually wanting to get divorced.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
You have a good day. God bless you.
thank you. Good luck.
Am I dismissed?
You're dismissed, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
The next case that I have is the court calls 2020 FLB 1842 D1. Maria Isabel Hernandez and Rogiberto Hernandez Ramos.
Petitioner is present, Judge. On Zoom.
Very popular today. The petition, Maria Isabel Hernandez, where is she?
I'm ready.
There you are. Good afternoon,
Hello?
ma'am. I see you now.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hernandez. Can you please raise your right hand so I can swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Is your true and correct name Maria Isabel Hernandez?
Yes.
And you're currently married to Rigoberto Hernandez Ramos?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take judicial notice that a waiver has been filed with the court. Was notice given to Mr. Hernandez Ramos about the hearing?
Yes,
Yes,
Judge.
Okay. Ms. Hernandez, have you lived in Texas for at least 6 months before filing the divorce
yes,
and 90 days in Webb County?
yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been separated?
1 year and a half.
According to your decree, there are no children of the marriage. Is that correct?
No children.
And none are expected?
No,
Has the marriage become insupportable?
yes,
Is there any expectations that you might get back together?
no, Your Honor.
Is there any property that I need to be made aware of?
No, Your Honor.
Are you requesting a name change?
No,
Did you file a divorce decree for the court? Ms. Hernandez?
yes,
You did?
yes, yes,
Was it signed by Mr. Ramos?
yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
I
Can
don't see
you-
the divorce decree on the Odyssey, Judge. I'm not sure if she hand delivered it to the district clerk's office.
I'm sorry, but I did yesterday.
Okay. I'm gonna put on way, that's fine. Did you know if he signed it?
Yes, he signed it.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Hernandez, based on the evidence and testimony and the filings with the court, I'm going to grant your divorce on the grounds of insupportability. I don't have the decree just yet, so I can't sign it. So it's gonna take a few days until they get it up to me, and then I'll sign it, and then you'll get a copy probably in about a week or so, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Hernandez, and good luck, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Okay, that's the last of the divorces that I have that I thought were ready to go. So we're gonna go back to and go through the regular docket now. On page 1, the court calls 2020 FLA 1179 D4, Liliana Carolina Sanchez Mejia versus Miguel Ángel Pérez Matute. Are any of the parties present?
I believe Liliana is present, Judge, under Lily's iPhone.
Presente, no sé por qué no puedo.
Present.
Okay,
Sorry, Judge, I had stopped the video.
okay. Ms. Mejia, according to the petition, there were children of the marriage, is that correct?
De acuerdo con la petición, hay niños involucrados, ¿es correcto?
Sí,
Yes.
Okay, and the problem is that Mr. Perez Matute has not been served with the divorce papers.
El problema es que el señor Pérez Matute no ha recibido notificación con los papeles.
ya la recibió, sir.
He received them already.
Judge,
sir.
we do have a citation executed return from last week.
Okay, that's not on the, well, it's not in the file. All I have the non-executed. Okay, well, that makes it easier. Ms. Mejia, you said he got served 7 days ago?
Señorita Mejía, usted dice que le entregaron notificación hace 7 días.
Ya la recibió él, yo vi.
He received it. I saw.
Okay. It's not in the court file, but even if it was, the court
No.
has,
Oh,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
The court has to wait 20 days before we can grant your divorce.
No está en el expediente, pero la corte tiene que esperar 20 días antes de proceder con el divorcio.
Okay, so your case will be ready for divorce at the next setting, but since he just got served, the law requires that he be given 20 days, the first Monday after 20 days, to file an answer. And obviously the 20 days have not passed.
Su caso va a estar listo para la próxima fecha de corte, pero
Ya
como apenas recibió notificación, la ley dice que se tiene que esperar 20 días para proceder.
¿Qué más va a pasar ese día? Siempre, ya son 4 veces ya.
Well, what's going to happen that day? It's the 4th time this time.
Well, Ms. Mejia, in addition, the decree you submitted is not signed by him.
Bueno, además, el decreto que usted archivó no tiene la firma de él.
And there's no information on child support. What am I supposed to do with that?
Y no hay información de manutención de niños. ¿Qué debo de hacer yo con eso?
Ok, yo pensé que el día de la corte me iban a preguntar porque sí le voy a poner child support.
Well, okay, well, I thought that the day of the court they were going to ask me because I am going to put child support.
Well, the court is required to do that, but I have to base it on what he's earning, and I don't have any of that in front of me.
Bueno, la corte requiere eso, pero lo tengo que basar en lo que él gana y no tengo ningún tipo de información sobre eso.
Pero es que eso ya es la información que él tiene que dar, ¿no?
Well, but it's because that's the information he has to give.
In part, yes, that's true, and he's not here with us right now.
En parte sí, eso es correcto, pero él no está aquí presente.
Ni va a estar, él anda en su onda, o sea, él no le importan cortes ni le importa nada.
Okay, and Ms. Mejia, hold on a second. Ms. Mejia, and you're not at a slumber party. I need you to sit up.
Señorita Mejía, usted se tiene que sentar correctamente.
Okay.
We cannot do your divorce based on what I said.
No podemos proceder con el divorcio basado en lo que yo acabo de decir.
It's going to be reset.
Le voy a dar una fecha nueva.
You need to bring information regarding how much he's earning.
Usted tiene que traer la información con respecto a cuánto, la cantidad que él gana.
Do you understand?
¿Usted entiende?
Sí, pero es que yo no sé ni a dónde trabaja él. O sea, yo no sé cuánto gana. Ya llevamos 3 años casi separados.
Well, yes, but it's because I don't even know how much he makes. We have almost 3 years separated.
The problem with that then is that I don't know what he's making. The amount of child support may be based on minimum wage.
El problema con eso es que yo no sé cuánto él está ganando y la manutención de niños se puede basar en el salario mínimo que él gana.
Do you, how many children do you have? 4?
¿Cuántos niños tiene usted? 4?
4.
4.
Okay, let's reset the case. And Ms. Mejia, just be mindful of the information the court is going to need if you want a divorce next time you're here before us.
Le vamos a dar una fecha nueva para corte y solo tenga en mente de la información que la corte necesita para proceder la próxima vez.
Can you give her the date, please?
Yes, Judge. The next court pro se divorce docket would be on March 31st at 1:30 p.m.
Un mes.
Su próxima fecha de corte va a ser el 31 de marzo a la 1:30 de la tarde.
Sí, una última pregunta. ¿Yo tengo que traer pruebas o solo que yo diga? Pruebas de lo que...
One last question. Do I need to bring proof or just based off of what I say?
Well, the court will take into account any testimony you give as to what you know about his wage earning capacity.
Bueno, la tribunal tomará en cuenta cualquier información que usted tenga de lo que él gana.
Okay.
Okay.
She will go ahead and get a notice from Ms. Gracie Solis, Judge, from the 49th.
Okay,
Usted va a recibir notificación de la próxima fecha con la Corte 49.
Ok, me pueden mandar eso por correo electrónico porque esta vez no lo recibí y tuve problemas para meterme aquí a esta corte.
Can you send me that through email? Because last time I didn't receive it and I had a problem joining this time.
I can go ahead and email her Ms. Gracie Solis's information because it would be a different meeting ID and passcode.
La señorita EJ le va a mandar un correo electrónico con la información de la coordinadora de la Corte 49 para que usted se comunique con ella, porque va a ser con otra corte diferente.
Okay.
thank you, Ms. Mejia, you're excused.
Gracias, se puede retirar.
Okay.
The next case on the docket is 2020 FLA 1316D1. In the matter of Felicia Cárdenas and Eduardo Guadalupe Jasso.
I don't believe they're present, Judge. I did send out notice, and I do see that the final divorce decree was filed back in November.
On the information I was provided, there was no service and the decree is only signed by the petitioner. And there's children, so, and there was nothing filled in regarding child support. So I guess it's the 49th that's going to be handling the informals for that, or how do?
Yes, Judge, I'll go ahead and reset it for the month of March with Ms. Solis.
And it, I mean, it's the right form, but there's no indication about child support, just FYI. Okay, reset this case.
Yes, Judge. Judge, also on page 6, we have Leslie Ramirez and Michael Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez did express to me that he has an appointment that he has to leave to.
Okay, I had this one ready because there were no citations, but yes, we can take it up. All right, let me find it in here. If they're both present. Both parties are present?
Yes, Your Honor. Leslie Ramirez here.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Ramirez. And is Michael Angelo Ramirez present?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you both? All right, yeah. Can you both please raise your right hand? Be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we get into the jurisdictional matter of the divorce, are you all prepared to talk about the amounts of child support? I see that there's one child of the marriage.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. All right.
Ms. Ramirez, you can put your hand down.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, since Leslie is a petitioner, I'm going to ask her a few questions first to prove up the jurisdiction of the court, and then I'll ask you some questions. Ms. Ramirez, is your true and correct name Leslie Ramirez?
Yes.
And you're currently married to Michael Angelo Ramirez?
Yes, sir.
Have you lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
Yes.
Are you asking that the court grant you a divorce based on the grounds that the marriage has become insupportable?
Yes, sir.
Is there any expectations that you might get back together again?
No, I don't think so.
And Mr. Ramirez, I'll ask you the same question. Is there any expectations that you might get back together again?
I don't think so, sir.
Now, according to the petition, you have one child that was born on August 23rd, 2014.
Yes.
Are there any other children expected of the marriage?
No, sir.
Is there any property, before we get to the child support, is there any property that I need to be made aware of that has to be divided?
Do automobiles count as property?
Yes, and I think I saw the, there was one vehicle listed in the petition.
Yes, he has his own vehicle and I have one, but we joint own it. So I'm not sure if that will count, sir.
Well, yes, I mean, I can decree that each one keeps the vehicle in their possession.
Okay, thank you.
Is that what you all are contemplating?
No contemplation. I will keep the one that's on the petition and he will keep his.
Any problem with that, Mr. Ramirez?
No, sir.
Again, just so I know, the vehicle that you have, Ms. Ramirez, what kind of vehicle is it?
It is the 2016 Mazda CX-5.
Mazda CX-5?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Ramirez, the vehicle you'll be keeping?
Is it a 2014 Audi A5?
A5, all right. There's no real estate that has to be divided up?
No, sir, the house was sold.
Yes.
Okay. Do you all have an agreement as to who is going to be the managing consultant, or are you going to do joint? Have you talked about visitation?
We will be doing joint conserving. We will be both joint. Our son will be living with me primarily. And as for visitation, well, Mr. Ramirez is in the Army. So you can go ahead and ask him about that if you wish. Sir.
Mr. Ramirez, the standard visitation for parents that live more than 100 miles away, there are provisions for that. And normally you get an extended summer vacation. Is there any objection to the court basically putting in the standard visitation for for your child?
No, sir, it's just so I'm not sure when I'll be getting my days of leave to go visit. That's like, it's based off my new job right now, and I don't know how it's working since I'm still not. That's fine.
Okay. One of the things, okay, you don't have to follow the visitation order if you both agree on. There's no reason why you both can't agree for different days, but failing an agreement, then the standard visitation kicks in. So you'll look at the visitation order and it'll tell you the months, when you have access to the child, okay?
All right, sir.
That's how it works. So you all are free amongst yourselves to agree to 2 days, 2 months, whatever, 2 hours, whatever days. But failing that, then you go to the decree and it'll tell you, okay, this is the time you're eligible. Now, if you miss out on it because you're in active duty, then you miss out on it, okay?
Sir.
Okay, so that's how it works. But hopefully you all can go forward by agreeing to the times that he can spend with his child, okay? And the court will order that. Now, there's the issue of child support. Have you all discussed that?
Standard child support, whatever you is decided amongst.
Okay. Now, there is no standard child support. The way it works is that, Mr. Ramirez, if you're paying child support, we're supposed to award 20% of your net pay after taxes, after deductions from Social Security, after deductions for Medicare and stuff like that. What I have to ask you is how do you get paid monthly or weekly or bi-weekly? How do you get paid?
Bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks, pretty much. It's once in the beginning of the month and then in the middle of the month, sir.
And so how much do you get every 2 weeks?
So give me 1 second. Let me walk to my paycheck. I have it on my computer. So I get paid every 2 weeks is $2,181.
$2,181.
Yes.
Do you, Ms. Ramirez, have any reason to dispute that?
No, sir.
What about health insurance for the child? Is the child currently insured?
Yes, he is under private health insurance, TRICARE Prime with his father's job, as well as Medicaid, child Medicaid.
Bigger. You said the child is is also getting Medicaid?
Yes, private health insurance, TRICARE Prime with his father's job, and children's Medicaid.
All right. Okay, Mr. Ramirez, you know that the state also requires to keep track of this, that there will be an order of withholding so that you pay through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you what we're going to do. The court is going to grant your divorce based on the evidence and testimony that I've heard on the grounds of insupportability. The court will also award joint managing conservatorship with the mother, Leslie Ramirez, being able to designate the primary residence without restrictions. You will both have access under the joint conservatorship to school records, health records, and you will both have the authority to consent to treatment and stuff like that. Now, based on what you're earning, Mr. Ramirez, I'm going to award bi-weekly child support in the amount of $425. But because the child is in Medicaid, there will also be a $50 assessment paid to Medicare so that the child does not lose that coverage. Okay, that is required. And also, the court will order that you continue to insure the child through your insurance.
That's fine, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else that I've missed that we need to cover?
No, sir.
Any questions?
So 475 bi-weekly?
No, 425, 425.
Okay, but the $50, is it like bi-weekly too, or is it just one time?
Oh, that's on a monthly, that's on a monthly.
Okay.
Now, did you all submit a decree?
I did not finish the final decree, so I did not submit that just yet, sir.
Okay, well, I mean, the court, other judges don't normally do this, but rather than keep you coming back for not having the decree, the reason I'm asking all these questions is that I will prepare it, but it does take some time because you are the only ones that didn't come in with a decree. But it doesn't, I hate to see these cases languishing and getting reset when they're ready to go forward and it's just paperwork. So it would be helpful to the court if you submit what you have, even though it's not completed. I've got about 4 or 5 cases before I get to yours. And if the order comes in, it'll go quicker. But I've taken notes, and just to recap, again, Mazda CX-5 will go to the wife, and the Audi to the husband, joint managing conservatorship, with standard visitation, failing agreement by the parents. Okay, the Divorce will be granted. The decree, however, will be signed when it's prepared by the court or it gets submitted by Ms. Ramirez, but it will be within 7 days. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
So with the child support, do I have to coordinate with the Attorney General's office, or is that something that they coordinate? Like, I get a notice.
The district clerk will send you a copy of the divorce decree, okay?
Okay.
And in that, it has the address to the Attorney General's office that handles that.
Okay.
Now, the child support will start, oh, I needed to. Has Mr. Ramirez paid any child support prior to today's date?
Yes, he has been. Yes, sir.
Okay. So just to make it easier, the child support will start on March 1st. Well, let me see, you get paid bi-weekly?
Yes, so I'll be paid March 1st and then sometime by March 15th.
Okay, so we'll do March 1st for child support start date.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's 7 days away, okay? Now, the order will not be filed and you won't get the notice by that first date. What I would suggest you do, oh shoot, yeah, I don't want you to be in arrears.
Can I continue sending the amount for through Cash App, how I used to send it to her for now? And
Yeah,
then
make sure you have a record of that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
Okay, because when the AG gets the order, they're gonna ask about whether or not he paid on the first, okay?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you, both of you, and good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Okay, where did we leave off?
I believe on page 2, Judge.
Yes. The court calls 2020 FLA 1680 D2 in the matter of Bridget Lee Melendez and Mario Alberto Melendez.
I don't believe they're present, Judge. It's a reset from the January docket. The petitioner was the only one present, but there was no service on the respondent.
I forgot to ask Ms. Ramirez if she wanted a name change, but there's no request in the petition, so. Okay, well, let's reset this one then.
Okay, Judge, I'll reset it for the 49th.
Done. The next case on the docket is 2020 FLA 1759 D1 in the matter of Carlos Guillermo Almanza and Ana Yance Almanza.
I believe they're together, Judge, present on Zoom.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, there was no service on this one, but this one might be ready. Oh, there they are. Yes. Carlos Almanza and Ana Yance Almanza, is that both of you?
Sí.
Okay. Okay, I was worried about this case because there was no service, but since you're both present and you both signed a decree, we can go forward. So let me ask you, are you both prepared to go forward with the divorce today?
Sí le puedo decir, señor, perdón.
Sí, ahorita vamos a comenzar. Lo que estaba diciendo es que estaba preocupado porque no había servicio de los documentos en esta causa, pero estoy viendo que los dos firmaron la orden de divorcio con los términos allá adentro. Así es que mi pensamiento es que sí podemos proceder si están los dos dispuestos de proceder con el divorcio.
Sí.
Sí. Ok, voy a llamar la causa en inglés y tenemos traductor que tenemos que usar para el récord de la corte. The court calls, yeah, they already called it, right? 1759 D1. Mr. Carlos, okay, let's start translating. Mr. Carlos Almanza and Ana Almanza, can you please raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Pueden levantar la mano derecha para que los pueda poner bajo juramento.
I'm going to start taking them down in the evening. So, as much as you could get.
Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Ustedes juran que el testimonio que van a dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad bajo el amparo de Dios.
Sí,
lo juro.
lo juro.
Yes, we swear.
Okay. Before I ask you the questions, I need to ask you about child support. Are you both prepared to go forward with the divorce today with information that would allow me to set child support?
Antes de que procedamos con el divorcio, ¿ustedes están listos para proceder con cantidades de manutención para los niños? ¿Con ese tipo de información?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Almanza, since Carlos is the petitioner, I'm going to ask him some questions first, and then I'll ask you, okay?
Señor Almanza, como Mr. Almanza es el que metió la petición para divorcio, le voy a hacer preguntas a él primero y luego a usted.
Sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Mr. Almanza, is your true and correct name Carlos Guillermo Almanza?
Señor
Sí, señor.
Almanza. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're currently married to Ana Yance Almanza?
¿Usted está actualmente casado con Ana Yance Almanza?
Así es, sí, señor.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
And how long have you been separated?
¿Y cuánto tienen separados?
No, estamos viviendo juntos. Yo no me he ido de mi casa. Aquí estoy con ellos todavía.
No, we're living together. I haven't left my house. I'm still here with them.
Well, but you're not, but you still want to get divorced.
Pero usted todavía se quiere divorciar.
Yo la verdad ya cambié de opinión, señor. Ya no quiero estar con mi familia y con mi esposa, pero ya depende también de ella, pero ya, o sea, sí me arrepiento y la verdad no quiero estar con mi familia.
To be honest with you, Judge, I don't want to anymore. I would like to be with my family.
Well, I can't force anyone to get divorced, but you were the one that filed for divorce.
Bueno, yo no puedo forzar a ninguna persona para divorciarse, pero usted fue el que archivó para el divorcio.
Así es, señor, pero sí estoy, o sea, ya he estado presente. Yo no he estado en mi casa, estoy con mi familia conviviendo y con ella también. Y hemos estado razonando nuestras cosas que estuvimos mal, pero aquí estamos con ellos.
That's correct, but I've been present here at home, and I've been reasoning with everything, and I'm here with them.
Well, and before we proceed then, Miss Almanza, do you want to get divorced?
Bueno, y antes de que proceda, señor Almanza, ¿usted se quiere divorciar?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this, the house that you're living in, are you buying it or does somebody own it?
Judge, I don't know if my computer froze, but I couldn't hear what you asked. Can you just repeat? Please?
I wanted to ask, the house that you're living in, is it owned or are you paying for it?
La casa en la que ustedes viven, ¿es su propiedad o la están pagando?
No es un apartamento que estamos rentando.
It's an apartment we're renting.
Okay. And have you all agreed on who's going to stay there after the divorce?
¿Y ustedes no han llegado a un acuerdo de quién se va a quedar allí cuando se divorcien?
Yo me voy a salir, señor. Aquí se va a quedar toda mi familia. Yo me voy a salir.
I'm going to leave, sir. All my family is going to stay here.
And Mr. Almanza, again, I'm sorry that in the state of Texas, I can't force her to stay in the marriage. Do you understand that?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me ask some questions first, and then first I'll start with you, Mr. Almanza. Prior to filing for this divorce, have you lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Señor Almanza, antes de archivar esta petición, ¿usted ha vivido en el estado de Texas durante al menos 6 meses?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
And in Webb County for 90 days?
¿Y en el condado de Webb por 90 días?
Sí.
Yes.
Is it true that there are 2 children of the marriage?
¿Es cierto que hay 2 niños del matrimonio?
Sí.
Yes.
Are there any others expected as far as you know?
¿Y están esperando algún otro niño?
No, señor.
No, sir.
And Ms. Almanza, that was my question to you. Are there any children of the marriage, other children expected?
Y esa era la pregunta para usted, señorita Almanza. ¿Hay algún otro niño que se espera del matrimonio?
No.
No.
Okay. Ms. Almanza, and I ask you this question, has the marriage become insupportable?
Señorita Almanza, le hago esta pregunta. ¿El matrimonio se ha vuelto insoportable?
No, no en sí como la palabra lo dice, pero eso en su momento fue un acuerdo que quedamos los dos en el divorcio.
No and yes, how the word says is, but in the moment we came to an agreement.
Well, let me ask you this way. Have you basically, I know you're in the same apartment, but have you stopped living as husband and wife?
Bueno, déjeme preguntarle de esta manera. Yo sé que viven en el mismo apartamento, pero básicamente ustedes han dejado de vivir como esposa y marido.
No.
No.
Ms. Almanza?
Señorita Almanza.
No.
No.
So you're still living as husband and wife, but you want a divorce?
Sí.
Entonces, ustedes todavía viven como esposa y esposo, pero quieren el divorcio.
Sí.
Yes.
Ms. Almanza, is there any expectations that you'll change your mind and you might get back together?
Señorita Almanza, ¿hay alguna expectativa de que usted va a cambiar de pensamiento y se vayan a juntar de nuevo?
No.
No.
You definitely want a divorce.
Definitivamente quiere el divorcio.
Sí.
Yes.
The divorce decree that you both signed had everything filled out. Have you reached an agreement regarding the amount of child support that's going to be paid for the children?
El decreto de divorcio tiene todo, tiene toda la información. ¿Han llegado a un acuerdo de la manutención para los niños?
Pues en sí, la verdad, no, él cuando le pagan, él me deposita por semana una cantidad y ya yo es lo que yo, agarro para pagar lo que se necesita como pagar el departamento y el bill.
Well, not really, but when he pays me, he deposits weekly and that's what I use to pay, for example, the apartment.
Well, the thing is that I'm required to set an amount. And in this case, 25% of his take-home pay for child support. And do you know how much he earns a month or every 2 weeks?
Yo estoy obligado por ley a establecer una cantidad y el 25% de sus ganancias. ¿Usted sabe cuánto gana al mes, más o menos?
Pues,
Yo no,
I don't.
ahorita lo que estoy trabajando son como de repente se baja mi trabajo, mis 40 horas son seguras.
Well, right now what I'm working is sometimes work goes down, but I have my 40 hours secured.
So, well, right now, do they pay you every month or every 2 weeks?
Y ahorita le pagan cada mes o cada 2 semanas.
No, a mí me pagan por semana. Mis sueldos por
They pay me weekly.
Do they deduct Social Security and Medicare and all that?
Y le deducen el seguro social y aseguranza de Medicaid.
Lo mío sí.
For mine, yes.
So how much was your last check from work?
Entonces, ¿cuánto fue el último cheque de trabajo?
Fueron 420.
It was 420.
Do you have insurance for the children?
¿Usted tiene aseguranza para los niños?
Los niños tienen el Medicaid.
They have Medicaid.
Ms. Almanza, so how much has he been giving you to pay rent and all that?
Señorita Almanza, entonces, ¿cuánto le ha estado dando él para pagar renta y todas esas cosas?
Él me da 240 por semana.
He gives me 240 per week.
Ms. Almanza, do you understand that under the guidelines that I have to follow for child support, he's paying you more than he has to?
Señorita Almanza, ¿usted entiende que bajo los requisitos de manutención de niños, él está dando más de lo que le tiene que dar?
Sí.
Yes.
And I will do a reduction on the order, Mr. Almanza.
Y yo haré una reducción en la orden, señor Almanza.
But there's nothing that stop you from giving your children more than what the court orders.
Pero no hay nada que lo detenga de que usted le dé más a sus niños.
No, yo sé, señor, yo sé que yo, claro que voy a estar por mis hijos hasta, ellos saben, voy a estar al pendiente de ellos, aunque...
I know, sir, of course I'm going to be there for my kids. They know that.
Ya.
Also, and I'm going to take this into account, Mr. Almanza, in order for your children not to lose their Medicaid,
Señor Almanza, y voy a tomar esto en cuenta, pero para que sus hijos no pierdan Medicaid,
there's going to be a $50 a month payment made to Medicare so that they can stay on Medicare.
va a haber un pago de $50 al mes para que sus hijos se queden con Medicaid.
Ok, mi pregunta, ¿de dónde tengo que pagarlo? ¿Me lo van a reducir de mi cheque?
My question is, where do I have to pay that, or are they going to deduct that from my check?
Eventually, the Attorney General's office will send an order to your employer.
La oficina del I'm sorry.
Está bien, sí.
Procurador general le va a mandar una carta avisándole a su empleador.
Ok, perfecto.
Okay, perfect.
It's going to take some time.
Y va a tomar un poco de tiempo.
Ok, señor, tengo una pregunta. Yo, en mi casa o usted me dice, yo la verdad, pues yo estaba aquí, no quería dejar a mi familia sola, pero pues ahorita mi esposa ya tomó la decisión y pues yo voy a respetar la decisión, ¿verdad? Nomás lo de mis hijos, cómo vamos a quedar, se va a ver cómo quedamos.
I didn't want to leave my family alone, but my wife already made the decision, and I just wanted to know if I'm going to see my kid. How am I going to see my kids?
Okay. Let me explain this to you. According to the decree, and this is what I'm inclined to do, you both put joint managing conservator.
Déjeme explicarle. De acuerdo con el decreto de divorcio, ustedes pusieron que van a compartir la tutela de los niños.
Okay, sí.
Sí.
Okay, yes.
With Ana, as the only difference is that Ana is going to get to decide where they live.
La única diferencia es de que la señorita Ana va a decidir en dónde van a vivir ellos.
Van a vivir conmigo.
They're going to live with me.
Now, the court will grant full visitation, and that's the standard visitation,
Y ahora la corte va a conceder la visitación estándar, completa.
completa. But that kicks in only if the two of you don't agree on the time the children spend with the other parent.
Pero eso solamente está en efecto si los dos no quedan de acuerdo del tiempo en que los niños los vayan a visitar.
There's nothing to prevent the both of you from agreeing how much time they spend with their father.
No hay nada que impida cuánto tiempo ellos van a compartir con su padre.
The visitation orders kick in when you cannot agree.
Las órdenes de visitación están en efecto cuando ustedes no llegan a un acuerdo.
Does that make sense?
¿Entienden?
Sí.
Sí, señor.
Yes.
Okay, so let me go through this then. The court is going to grant the divorce based on the grounds of insupportability.
La corte va a conceder el divorcio basado en que se ha vuelto insoportable el matrimonio.
The court is going to order joint managing conservatorship.
Y la tribunal va a ordenar que la tutela sea compartida.
With standard visitation to apply.
Y que se aplique la visitación estándar.
Okay. The court is going to order the payment of $150 weekly in child support.
La tribunal va a ordenar el pago de $150 a la semana para manutención de los niños.
And in addition to that, a $50 Medicare payment.
Y además de eso, un pago de $50 para Medicaid.
And that's monthly.
Y esos $50 van a ser al mes.
Señor, una pregunta.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yo estoy dispuesto a pagar por lo de mis hijos, pero a veces me varían mis horas de trabajo. Ahí no me puede perjudicar.
I'm willing to pay whatever I need for my children, but sometimes the hours at work vary. Will that affect me?
It can affect you, and that's why I ordered a slight reduction in what you're already paying.
Sí lo puede afectar, pero por esa razón yo ordené una reducción en lo que usted paga.
Okay.
Okay.
Está bien.
En lo que ya estás pagando.
De lo que,
So I would suggest, Mr. Almanza, that if you have weeks where you earn more, that you would save some of that in case you have bad weeks.
yo les sugiero que si tiene semanas en las que usted gana un poquito más, que ahorre lo que está ganando por si hay alguna semana en la que no gana igual.
Okay, señor, sí, gracias.
Okay, sir, yes, thank you.
Una última pregunta, ¿de cuándo me van a empezar a quitar ahí se me va a ver reflejado en mi cheque?
And one last question, when are they going to begin taking off, or when is it going to reflect on my check?
I'm going to order that the payments not start till April 1st.
Voy a ordenar que los pagos empiecen hasta el 1 de abril.
And that way, there'll be time for the order to get to your employer.
Y de esa manera habrá tiempo para que la orden llegue a su empleador.
Ok, muchas gracias. Pregunta,
Question.
¿puedo estar aquí en mi casa o ya me tengo que salir o lo que usted me ordene?
Can I be here in my house or do I have to leave whatever you order?
No, I cannot order you to leave, and you don't have to leave.
No, yo no lo puedo ordenar a que usted se vaya y no se tiene que ir.
Legally, the only thing you have to be careful with
Legalmente lo único que usted se tiene que cuidar de o tener cuidado con
is that your wife will, well, your ex-wife, well, hold on, let me correct myself a little bit.
me voy a corregir tantito.
Okay.
You can stay there so long as she says it's okay to stay there.
Usted se puede quedar allí solamente con tal de que ella le diga que sí se puede quedar.
Okay, señor.
Okay,
Okay,
she's
sir.
going to be giving the rights to the lease.
A ella le van a dar los derechos del apartamento, del contrato.
Okay, señor.
So,
Sir.
in effect, it's going to be her home.
Y en efecto, ese va a ser su hogar.
Okay, señor.
Okay, sir.
But again, as I mentioned earlier, if she doesn't have a problem with you visiting there with the children, that's her decision to make.
Pero de nuevo, como mencioné, si ella no tiene ningún problema con que usted visite a los niños ahí, entonces esa es decisión de ella.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
No.
No, gracias.
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Based on the evidence and testimony, I'm going to grant, as I mentioned already, on the grounds of insupportability, and the court has granted joint managing conservatorship.
To the right. Push the door. Push it.
Basado en la evidencia y el testimonio que he escuchado, voy a otorgar el matrimonio basado en insoportabilidad. Y los voy a nombrar, les voy a dar la tutela compartida a los dos.
Sí.
Sí.
I'm signing the order now, but there's a few details that I have to fill in based on your testimony, so it'll be about 6 or 7 days before you get a copy.
Estoy firmando la orden ahorita, pero hay algunos detalles que tengo que llenar, entonces va a estar lista en algunos días. How long did you say, Judge? I'm sorry?
About 7 days.
Algunos 7 días, más o menos.
Sí, está bien.
Está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, good luck to both of you, and thank you.
Buena
Gracias.
suerte a todos y gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next case on page 3 is the court calls 2020 FLA 1764 D2 Sara Elizabeth Hernandez versus Efraín Yonel Hernandez.
Present, Your Honor.
Ms. Hernandez, there you are. I'm looking at the report here, and it looks like the citations were issued. Do you know whether they sent the citations to?
I had to physically send one, so he does have knowledge of it. The thing is that he's incarcerated. So I'm not sure how that works. I'm going to be very honest with you, Judge. you know, if he wasn't in there, we would not be getting a divorce. He's going to be in there quite some time. So I'm doing this because I have to move forward with my life. And he didn't want to sign the waiver because he just couldn't bring himself to it.
I know this is hard, and I'm sorry that you're going through this. I'm going to take you through some of the legal steps you need to do, okay, to do this. Now, the fact that when you say you took the papers, did you physically went to Kennedy, Texas, or you mailed them?
No, I mailed them because of COVID. They're unable to receive visitors since March of last year.
Now, were they, you know, I think, okay, and I'm going to assume he's not going to sign them. So
yeah, he won't.
Okay, so, and that's a problem that can be fixed. Okay, you can have the district clerk send the citations to.
I actually provided a copy to the court, and they told me that they couldn't do it, and I had to hire a process server. So I have been trying to get in hold of, you know, a constable or something over there in Karnes County, but they haven't been very helpful, and sometimes they don't answer the phones. So I haven't that part hasn't physically been done yet.
No, I think the district clerk told you they could not mail it to him there?
Right. I went on the judge's calendar and I saw on something, it said unserved or something like that.
Well, yeah, no, the thing is that, believe it or not, this is not the first time, and I've done at least 3 where the respondent was incarcerated. So, and we've gotten service by having the district clerk issue citations through the mail, and they mail it to him there. Now, are you sure that you provided the district clerk with the address to the unit?
Yes, sir. 899 JB Connolly unit in Karnes County. Yes, I have his TDCJ number 02172643. I provided all that information. Yes, sir, I did. Actually, my request was in writing, so I'm not sure if they kept a copy of it or not. But I did submit all that information. Yes, sir.
What does the clerk's file say regarding service on Mr. Hernandez?
Judge, it says here that there was a citation issue, but it is pending to get picked up.
Actually, I picked it up. I have that citation because I was told that that's the one that needs to be, that I need to hire a process server, not that the court was able to mail it themselves. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure.
And and they can say, yeah, you can do that. And there's plenty of process servers here in Webb County that can do that for you. Let's do this. Is that a federal facility or a state?
State.
And how much time is anticipated?
He was given 45 and 22 and a half. So he's eligible for parole, if I'm not mistaken, in 2039 or so.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull this aside, your file, I'm gonna have it aside and see if your case, and I think I can, but I need to make sure, submit an order for substitute service by certified mail to the jail facility or prison, which will allow the process server to mail it, certified mail, and they'll hand it to him there. And that will affect service.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be premature to set you for March. What was the date we had in April?
Judge, for April, it would be with Judge Knotson, and she would need to get in contact with Dalia Mendoza.
No, but what was the date?
The date is not filled in by the court of that, with the 111th.
Okay, so let's tentatively set it for that. I'm gonna make notes. I'll see what's in the file, and if it's warranted, the court will on its own motion do a motion for substitute service, which will allow, and I know I've done at least 3. And actually they put them on Zoom at the jail. And so we've gotten service before. And so that there's a way to do that. It just doesn't happen that often. Okay, Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
So I can't give you a date right now because it's going to take me some time to go down there.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just have the email me the notice.
Well,
and
your file will stay in my office until I get this resolved. Okay, so it'll be a reminder.
Oh, okay.
To get to it. I'm not giving it back to the clerk.
Oh, okay.
Along with some of the other people that were here that didn't have the decrees and stuff, they need work, and rather than just reset them and wait for, I think it's faster for me to do it.
My final decree was actually taken this morning.
Okay.
So of course, I filled in as much information that I could. I have 3 children under the age of 18. Of course, I'm going to be the primary conservator. They're all going to be with me. He's not going to pay for child support. I'm not asking for any. And he's not going to sign the final divorce decree, I think, because he's so.
What I'm going to do, and again, I've in other situations, the law requires that we make an effort that's reasonably calculated to give him notice of what's going on. And so I want to see what the situation is, and I'm going to tailor my orders so that we can give him the proper notice that legally he's entitled to.
That's fine, yes.
Okay, and that's going to be probably, so I'll do that on my own motion. You might want to keep tabs, and what happens is there's a good chance you'll be back with me. I do a lot of the pro se. I'm the associate district judge. I'm not elected like the other ones. And I help these judges out. So when they have extra work, and they do have a lot of work, I help them out in situations. And one of the things that they need a lot of help with is the pro se. So there's a good chance you'll be back with me. And like I said, but your file will stay with me until I get the issue regarding substitute service resolved, okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
And I'm sorry you're going through this, but stay strong, okay? And we'll get you through this.
All righty. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
We won't forget. I promise I will not forget about your case.
If any notices come around, just have them emailed to me. I'm very good about my email and my regular mail too.
EJ, make sure I stay on top of this. EJ, you're there.
Yes, Judge. So would you want me to still reset it to April? Or do you want me to go ahead and wait for the divorce decree or for the order to get submitted for service?
We have to get service. I mean, that's the most important. And
okay, Judge.
And I know I've done several divorces with the inmates appearing via Zoom.
I know that now because of COVID, visitation online is, that's how I allow him to visit with the kids. That's how we've been doing it lately because of the Zoom, because of COVID. But before that, it wasn't a unit that was allowed. But
No, we did video before COVID. This is not, we're doing, it was WebEx, but we were doing Zoom-like hearings.
Oh, okay.
In jail before COVID hit. So we have a mechanism in place. We just haven't.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's been a while. I mean, but this is not the first time I will do a divorce where there's an inmate involved. So I know there's a mechanism. I just want to make sure I put the right order in place so that there's no problems the next time you come.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, moving on to court calls 2020 FLB 537 D4 María Isabel Domínguez and Vicente Domínguez.
Sí, aquí estoy.
Yes, I'm
Buenas
here.
tardes. Okay, buenas tardes, señora Domínguez.
Buenas tardes, señor juez.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Okay, antes de comenzar, estoy viendo que sometiste la orden de divorcio, pero no está firmada por el señor Domínguez. Y ese es un problema porque normalmente, y también la indicación es que no le presentaron los papeles de divorcio viendo el archivo de la corte, que todavía no le presentaron los papeles.
Él sí firmó el divorcio y también firmó el decreto y yo lo mandé el decreto ya.
Perdón. Es que hay dos divorcios. Aquí está. Ok.
Sí.
Entonces, nomás es el problemita del servicio. Is there anything new regarding service that I missed?
No, Judge, there's nothing on file.
There were no citations issued, were they?
No, they were not.
Todavía no llamo la causa, señora Domínguez, y estamos hablando informalmente. ¿Hay una razón por qué no mandó la notificación que manda la corte con la petición de divorcio cuando primeramente inició el divorcio? Siempre le preguntan en la computadora o en personas si vas a pedir citations. No sé cómo se dice. Esa es la notificación a una persona que lo están demandando para un divorcio.
Pues yo hice todo lo que imprimí, lo del divorcio, lo firmó, el decreto, lo firmó, lo mandé, lo llevé personalmente el decreto. Él no se ha puesto a que no me dé el divorcio, no estamos juntos ya hace 1 año, 3 meses. No me da atención o nada, no hay hijos, no hay nada, señor juez.
Y eso es lo que me... ¿Y dónde vive el señor Domínguez?
¿Dónde vive él ahorita? No sabré decirle. Yo ya tengo 1 año, 3 meses que no estamos juntos. No sé.
Y cuando firmó, y cómo se comunicó con él cuando firmó la orden?
Por teléfono. Y él vino a mi trabajo. Donde yo trabajo, él fue y firmó. Él nunca se ha puesto a no darme el divorcio.
Mira, bueno, el problema es esto. Legalmente, él no tiene notificación del divorcio. Si procedimos hoy adelante y se firma una orden de divorcio, en realidad no va a tener efecto hasta 4 años. Es decir, él puede regresar y decir, no es legal este divorcio por 4 años. Pero estoy viendo que no hay niños,
No hay nada.
Y no hay propiedad.
No hay nada, señor juez. No hay nada.
No sé si puede tomar ese riesgo que va a venir y abrir la causa de nuevo.
No hay nada. Yo ya no quiero nada con el señor juez. No hay nada.
¿No quiere esperar un ratito y hacerlo correctamente legal?
Es que ya no quiero yo nada, señor juez, con ese señor. Ya hace 1 año, 3 meses que ya estamos separados y, o sea, yo seguí con lo del divorcio, le dije, y dijo, está bien,
¿Cuánto tiempo estuvieron casados?
como 8 meses, señor juez.
Ok. ¿Quiere pasar los próximos 4 años esperando si se va a deshacer el divorcio?
Yo no, pues lo que quiero es que ya me divorcie. Él no, o sea, no creo que pelee nada ni nada, ¿no? O que me busque, no.
Es que hay una manera de arreglar esto y hacerlo correctamente.
Pero me quiero tomar el riesgo, señor juez.
Y nomás estaban casados. All right, let me call the case. The court calls 2020 FLB 00537D4 in the matter of Maria Isabel Dominguez and Vicente Dominguez. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
¿Puede levantar la mano derecha para ponerla bajo juramento?
Claro que sí.
Of course.
Is your true and correct name Maria Isabel Dominguez?
¿Su nombre cierto y correcto es María Isabel Domínguez?
Correcto.
Correct. Oh, Judge, I don't believe you put her under oath.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Perdón. Do you solemnly swear
¿Usted jura
that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
que el testimonio que usted va a dar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad bajo el amparo de Dios?
Lo juro. Sí,
I
claro
swear.
que sí.
Of course.
Is your true and correct name Maria Isabel Dominguez?
¿Su nombre cierto y correcto es María Isabel Domínguez?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
And you're currently married to Vicente Dominguez?
Y usted está actualmente casada con Vicente Domínguez?
Correcto, señor juez.
Correct, Judge.
Have you lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
¿Ha vivido en el estado de Texas durante al menos 6 meses?
Sí.
Yes.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
Y en el condado de Webb por 90 días?
Correcto, sí.
Correct, yes. Puede bajar la mano, Ms. Domínguez.
Gracias. ¿Puedo decir algo?
May I say something?
Go ahead.
¿Me pueden dar mi apellido para atrás, Isabel Martínez?
May I get my last name back? Isabel Martínez.
Martínez.
Yes, you can.
Sí, sí puede.
Gracias.
Did you put it in the order?
¿Lo puso en la orden?
Sí, señor juez, ahí está.
Yes, Judge, it's
¿Dónde está
there.
el decreto?
On the decree.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a few more questions and then we'll cover that, okay?
Le voy a hacer algunas preguntas y luego vamos a cubrir eso.
Claro que sí.
Of course.
Okay. Are there any children of the marriage?
¿Hay niños del matrimonio?
No, señor juez.
No, Judge.
Are any expected?
¿Y está esperando?
No, señor juez.
No, Judge.
And none were adopted?
Y no adoptaron a ningún niño?
No, señor juez.
No, Judge.
You said you were married for 8 months. How long have you been separated?
Usted mencionó que estuvo casada por 8 meses. ¿Cuánto tienen separados?
1 año, 3 meses. Vamos para 1 año, 3 meses solo en marzo.
We're going on 1 year and 3 months in March.
Has the marriage become insupportable?
¿El matrimonio se ha vuelto insoportable?
Es insoportable. Insoportable.
Yes, it's insupportable.
Is there any expectations you might get back together again?
¿Hay alguna expectativa de que vayan a regresar?
No, señor juez.
No, Judge.
And aside from the 2007 Chevrolet Suburban, is there any other property that has to be divided up?
Y aparte de la Suburban 2007, ¿hay alguna propiedad de la que yo tenga que saber que se tenga que dividir?
No, señor juez, y la Suburban él la regresó para atrás. O sea, él la dejó de pagar al momento que yo metí el divorcio.
No, Judge, and the Suburban, he returned it the moment that I filed for divorce.
Have you been paying for it?
¿Y usted la ha estado pagando?
No, señor juez.
No, Judge.
Se perdió. Se regresó, se perdió.
It got lost. It was just returned.
Oh, okay, because it's in the decree.
Porque está en el decreto.
Sí, sí, pero se regresó ya hace mucho, creo, hace unos 9 meses.
Yes, but it was returned a long time ago, maybe about 9 months ago.
Okay. Ms. Dominguez,
Mande.
I'm going to show you the last page of your divorce decree and ask you if this is your soon-to-be ex-husband's signature.
Le voy a enseñar el decreto de divorcio y le voy a preguntar si esta es la firma de su esposo.
Sí.
Yes.
You saw him sign that?
¿Usted lo vio firmar eso?
Exactamente, yo lo vi.
I saw him.
Ujú.
Okay, based on the evidence and testimony, Ms. Dominguez, I'm going to grant your divorce.
Basado en la evidencia y testimonio, señorita Domínguez, voy a otorgar el divorcio.
Gracias.
On the grounds of insupportability.
Basado en insoportabilidad del matrimonio.
Gracias, señor juez.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm signing the order of divorce, both the petitioner and the respondent.
Estoy firmando la orden de divorcio que tiene las firmas de las dos partes.
Sí, muchas gracias, señor juez.
Yes, thank you so much, Judge.
Okay, I hope this works out for you, Mrs. Dominguez. Good luck.
Ojalá y esto funcione para usted, señorita Domínguez. Buena suerte.
Claro que sí, muy amable, gracias.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye bye.
The next case is on page 4, on the bottom, Aurora Espinosa Jalomo versus Eduardo Jalomo, the case number 2020 FLB 1753 D1. Are they present? No?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right,
Judge, excuse me, may I just ask one lady that's on here in our galaxy just to get her name, just to make sure who she is?
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Señorita con el Galaxy S10, su nombre completo, por favor. Perdón, está en silencio. Tiene que desmutar el teléfono.
Abajo a la mano izquierda está el micrófono para prender el audio.
I'm sending her a request to unmute her phone.
Is there a possibility that that's Ms. Jalomo?
That's what I was thinking of, Judge. I'm not sure.
¿Aló?
Sí,
¿Me
ma'am,
oye?
su nombre completo, por favor.
Aurora Espinosa Jalomo.
Okay. Es que el juez ya llamó su caso.
I'm showing that we have service on December 7th, 2020. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
Okay. Was notice of this setting sent to Mr. Jalomo?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Halomo, do you understand English?
Español.
Español. Ok. Ahorita te voy a tomar tu juramento, pero revisé tu archivo y estaba viendo que hubo referencia en uno de los documentos a una casa.
Ajá.
¿Estás pagando una casa?
No, mi casa ya está pagada y está bajo mi nombre de soltera de Espinosa que yo hice con mi primer esposo que era.
Ok, eso era mi pregunta, porque sí estamos listos para proceder, pero estaba preocupado porque si no iba a estar el señor Halomo para repartir propiedad, pero tú estás diciendo que era tuya antes de este matrimonio.
Así es, sí, de mi primer esposo, ¿verdad? Y yo la pagué, ¿verdad? Sí.
¿Y la terminaste de pagar antes de este matrimonio o después?
No, todavía no, ¿verdad? Pero tengo el papel donde está bajo Espinosa con mi primer matrimonio.
Ok. Bueno, déjame tomar, te vamos a tomar el juramento para comenzar la causa, ¿ok?
Ok, sí.
Si puedes levantar la mano derecha. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí, juro.
Okay. Oh, and one other, did you submit a divorce decree?
¿Usted archivó el decreto de divorcio?
Así es, sí.
That's right.
No, I know you submitted the petition for divorce, but did you submit a final order for divorce?
Yo sé que usted archivó una petición de divorcio, pero ¿archivó la orden final?
Sí, todo lo que me dio la abogada Cecilia Caballero, firmé papeles, vea lo que me estuve llevando.
Yes, what the attorney Cecilia Caballero gave me from the papers I was taking.
Okay, it might be on the way, so if not, I'll prepare. There doesn't seem to be any property to divide. Is your true and correct name Aurora Espinosa Jalomo?
¿Su nombre es cierto y correcto es Aurora Espinosa Jalomo?
Sí.
Yes.
And you're currently married to Eduardo Jalomo?
¿Y usted está actualmente casada con Eduardo Jalomo?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, and the court will take judicial notice that the respondent was served by mail on December 7, 2020.
La tribunal tomará nota judicial que el acusado recibió notificación por correo.
Sí, porque él me habló y me dijo que ya había recibido papeles.
Yes, because he called me and told me he had received some papers.
Yes, it's in the court file.
Sí, está en el archivo de la tribunal.
Antes before filing the divorce, did you live in Texas for at least 6 months?
Antes de archivar para el divorcio, ¿usted ha vivido en el estado de Texas durante al menos 6 meses?
Sí.
Yes.
And in Webb County for 90 days.
Y en el condado de Webb por 90 días.
Sí.
Yes.
Sí, una pregunta.
Yes, a question.
Go ahead.
Sí, hay una troca sequía Toyota 2003 y esa también decidió que yo me quedara con ella, ya está pagada.
If there's a truck, a 2003 Sequoia, that it's already paid. He told me I could keep it.
Well, let me ask you, you said you submitted the final decree. Did he sign the decree?
Déjeme preguntarle, usted dice que usted archivó el decreto final. ¿Eso estaba en el decreto? ¿Él firmó el decreto? Perdón.
Eso es lo que estaba puesto cuando mencionó papeles la señora Cecilia Caballero, dijo que había puesto todo eso.
When the papers were submitted, Miss Cecilia Caballero told me that she put that there.
I know, but did Mr. Jalomo sign that after?
Sí, pero el señor Jalomo firmó el decreto.
No sé decirle porque él está encerrado.
No, I wouldn't be
Ella
able to
tiene
tell
más de
you
2 años
because
y medio
he's
encerrada.
incarcerated.
Okay. All right, we'll cover that in a second then.
Ahorita vamos a cubrir eso.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Has your marriage become insupportable?
¿Su matrimonio se ha vuelto insoportable?
No insoportable, sino que ya, pues, ya estaba a veces encerrado, entra y sale, ¿verdad? Y pues no, ya no es vida así.
Well, not insupportable, but he's been incarcerated for 6 months and he's been in and out, and that's not a life.
So the legitimate ends, have the legitimate ends of the marriage ended?
Entonces legítimamente se ha terminado el matrimonio?
Para mí sí.
For me, yes.
Okay. Is there any expectation that you might get back together again?
¿Hay alguna expectativa de que se vayan a regresar de nuevo?
Por mi parte no creo.
From my part, I don't believe so.
Are there any children?
¿Hay niños del matrimonio?
No, no hay nada.
No, there's nothing.
And there's none expected?
Y no espera ninguno.
No.
No.
Ms. Jalomo, the home that you live in what year did you buy it?
Señorita Jalomo, la casa en la que usted vive, ¿en qué año la compró?
La compramos, se me hace que en 1999, 91, ya tengo muchos años ahí, ¿verdad? No tengo realmente la fecha.
We bought it in around 1999, 91. I don't remember the exact date.
And you bought that with your first husband?
¿Y usted compró esa casa con su primer esposo?
Así es.
That's correct.
And when did you marry Mr. Jalomo?
¿Y cuándo se casó usted con el señor Jalomo?
Tengo entendido que fue febrero 11, como el 2001, 2003, por ahí el año.
It was around February 11th of 2001, 2003.
Or 2006 maybe?
O
O
2000.
maybe, sí,
o
no
2000.
recuerdo el año, pero ya son 14 años. Ya.
I don't remember the year, but it's been 14 years.
Okay. Did Mr. Jalomo work?
¿El señor Jalomo trabaja?
Pues ahorita no me está encerrado, ya tiene 2 años y medio.
Well, not right now. He's incarcerated. He's been there for about 2.5 years.
Have you been making all the payments on the home?
¿Usted ha estado haciendo todos los pagos de la casa?
Sí.
Yes.
What's the address on the home?
¿Qué es la dirección de la casa?
401 West Eistetter.
402?
401 West Eistetter.
401 West. ¿Qué es la última parte?
Eisetter. Eisetter. It's Eisetter, right? Oh, sorry.
Sí.
Okay.
Eistetter.
Right. Eisetter. Okay.
Y ahorita yo lo que me encargo es de estar pagando las taxas.
Right now, what I take care of are paying the taxes.
You finished paying that home off, right?
Usted ya terminó de pagar esa casa, ¿correcto?
Así es.
That's right.
Okay, Ms. Jalomo, hopefully we'll get your divorce decree. That'll make it go faster. I'm going to grant your divorce based on the grounds of insupportability.
Está bien, señorita Jalomo. Voy a otorgar el divorcio basado en la base de insoportabilidad de matrimonio.
Gracias.
Thank you.
If you have a copy of that decree, you might want to refile it just to make sure.
Si usted tiene copia de ese decreto, tal vez lo quiera archivar de nuevo solamente para asegurarnos.
Judge,
No tengo copia de nada ahorita yo.
I don't have
They
copies.
just checked, no. They just checked the office and we don't have anything on file, no decree on file for this.
Okay, that's all right. I'll prepare. I've got the forms. The court is going to award or determine or decree that the property on 401 West Isidore is your sole and separate property.
La tribunal va a otorgarle que la propiedad que está en 401 West Isidore es su propiedad de usted.
Sí,
The
gracias.
court will also divide or finds that the Toyota Sequoia 2003 will also be awarded to Ms. Jalomo on the basis that this is a fair and equitable division of the community estate.
La tribunal también encuentra que la Toyota Sequoia 2003 también se le dará a usted basados en que es una división justa.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Jalomo, I think we covered everything. Is there anything we missed? Oh, your name change, right? Did you write-
Creo que hemos cubrido todo, señorita Jalomo. ¿Hay algo que de lo que no hablamos? Yo creo que el cambio de apellido.
Sí, Espinosa para atrás, por favor.
Yes, Espinosa.
Aurora Espinosa?
Así es.
That's correct.
This was also Almanza. Oh, okay, thank you. Can someone remind, was Ms. Jalomo the one that asked me whether she could have her name changed, or was that the one before?
I think it was the one before, Judge, was Martinez. I think Ms. Dominguez wanted to Martinez.
Yes, it was Ms. Dominguez to Ms. Martinez, Judge.
I'm sorry, which one?
María Isabel Domínguez.
To Martinez, right?
Yes, Judge.
I just want to make sure I don't forget that. Okay. And then, okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Jalomo. So yes, your name will be changed to Aurora Espinosa.
Su apellido va a cambiar a Espinosa.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Jalomo. You're gonna have to wait about seven days before you get a copy, okay?
¿Eso me lo mandan por correo, sir?
The
Will they
district,
send that to me through the mail?
the district clerk will send it in about 7 or 8 days.
Se lo van a mandar la oficina de los district clerks en unos 7, 8 días.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Ay, Dios mío.
Let's see, skipping page 5 because we've done that.
I'm sorry, Judge, on page 5, did you all do the last one? I don't have it marked. Jesus Martinez Diaz versus Judy C. Martinez.
Yes,
Am
we
I-
had to
Oh,
we
okay.
had to reset it to the 111th.
This was the for
Sorry,
the
thank
workshop
you.
publication, yeah. And we did page 6, both the top one, we did Ms. Cantu.
Yes,
And
sir.
and we also did Leslie Ramirez. So
It'll
And we
be a
did-
page 8, Judge, for Pablo Mangania.
yes, that's what I have. Oh, I should have talked to him first. The court calls 2020 FLB 1383 D2, Pablo Mangana and Kimberly Sylvia Hernandez. Where's Mr. Mangana? I saw him earlier.
He is present on Zoom, Judge, but his camera is not on and he's on mute. Let me ask to unmute.
I am asking him to unmute and I asked the request to turn the video on.
You're next, Mr. Gallego, so hang tight.
It doesn't let us see start the video.
Mr. Magaña?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you for being patient. And Ms. Kimberly Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
I had put this not ready because you just got served on February 8th. Is that correct, Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
By law, you're entitled to the first Monday after 20 days to file an answer. So you can ask to reset the case, or you can waive those 20 days and we can proceed.
I'll waive it.
The other thing, the reason you all had to wait is because, did you all submit a divorce decree?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
Okay, we haven't officially started this case yet, but is there any property or child support or children that we have to worry about?
No,
No,
sir.
Judge.
Okay, all right, well, yeah, one of the reasons, and again, I don't like for people to have to wait as long, but one of the reasons you were all at the end was because you don't have a decree and we weren't sure whether we're going to be able to go forward. But since you're both here and she's waiving the first Monday after 20 days of service, we can proceed. So Mr. Magaña and Ms. Hernandez, if you can both please raise your right hand so you can be sworn in. And Ms. Hernandez, I'm going to ask you to find a...
I'm sorry, Judge.
No, Ms. Hernandez, you need to sit down somewhere.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you please raise your right hand so you can be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Hernandez, I want to start with Mr. Magaña because he's the petitioner, and I'll come back to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Mr. Magaña, is your true and correct name Pablo Magaña?
Roger, sir.
Okay. All right, it's been a long day. I'll let that go.
Oh, Roger.
And currently, you're married to Kimberly Sylvia Hernandez?
Roger, Judge.
Are you in the military?
Yes, Judge.
How long have you been separated?
I would say for a year, Judge.
Okay. So prior to filing the divorce, have you lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes, Judge.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
Yes, Judge.
Has the marriage become insupportable?
Yes, Judge.
Is there any expectation that you might get back together?
No, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Hernandez, and I'll ask you the same question. Ms. Hernandez, is there any reasonable expectations that you might get back together again?
No, Judge.
Is there any children of the marriage?
No, Judge.
Are any expected?
No.
Is there any property that I need to be made aware of that has to be divided?
No, Judge.
I'm a dog lover, so I'll let that slide too.
I'm so sorry, Judge.
No worries, no worries. Okay. Did I get everything? You don't need a name change, do you, Miss Hernandez?
No, Judge. I believe it's no, Judge. It's
I have you
the
listed
same
as
as Kimberly Hernandez.
Okay. Kimberly Sylvia Hernandez?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Based on the evidence and testimony and the filings with the court, I'm going to grant your divorce based on the grounds of insupportability. the court does not have a divorce decree, which means that I have to prepare one, which means that's going to take a little bit of time because I've got quite a bit today. So your divorce is granted as of today, but you won't get a copy for another 7 or 8 days. Okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right. All right. Thank you for being patient. And best of luck to both of you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. The next case on the docket is 2020 FLB 69D3 in the matter of Cicero Gallegos versus Iriana Elizabeth Solares. Mr. Gallegos?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can anyone tell me whether we have the return regarding the posting?
Yes, Judge. It was served, executed by posting on the 25th of January,
Okay. So,
and it's been on file since the 4th of February.
okay, great. So that's more than 10 days. The only thing is also in this case, Mr. Gallegos, did you submit a divorce decree?
Yes, I did.
I have your file. When did you file it?
We do have one on file, Judge, on the 20th of January.
Yes.
Okay, I probably just have to print it out then. It's signed by the respondent? Can anybody check on that?
Yes, Judge. Let me go ahead and check. It's opening the file.
Yeah, well, it's probably not if he had to get service by posting. Mr. Gallegos, who signed, did I or another judge sign the order allowing service by posting?
You went ahead and signed it, Judge. You signed it on January the 2nd, and the divorce decree does not have the respondent's signature.
No, yeah, that's probably why. I mean, we granted
The order.
okay. Before we get started, Mr. Gallegos, I would have granted a substitute service based on the absence of the respondent from the state or something like that. How long have you been separated?
About a year.
Did she go to another country or another state?
I don't know about that.
You haven't had any contact with her?
Nope.
Okay, that's probably why I granted the posting. Okay, and there's no children. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go ahead and get you sworn in so we can get you divorced. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Is your true and correct name, is it Clicero Gallegos?
Glicerio Gallegos.
And you're currently married to Iriana Elizabeth Solares?
Yes.
Prior to filing the divorce, had you lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
Yes.
Are you asking that are you asking the court to grant your divorce on the grounds of insupportability?
Yes.
Is there any reasonable expectations that you might get back together?
No, sir.
Are there any children of the marriage?
No, sir.
All right, well, and none are expected, okay. Yes, they just handed me your decree, Mr. Gallegos.
Okay.
Is there any property that I need to be made aware of that has to be divided?
No.
How long have you been separated? Oh, you said a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Gallegos, based on the evidence and testimony in the filings in the court file, I'm going to grant your divorce on the grounds of insupportability. I'm signing the order right now, effective 23rd of February, 2021. You should be getting a copy of this from the district clerk's office in about 3 or 4 days.
Okay, thank you a lot.
Sorry for the wait, but we got it done. Okay, thank you, Mr. Gallegos.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
And
Thank you, sir.
good luck, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
The last case, Judge, on page 9, Rivera, they're both present.
Did we do Carolina Hasso?
No, Judge, not yet. I don't believe they're present, though. I don't believe anybody's in their courtroom either.
Carolina Hasso and Rene Homero Ramirez? No?
No, the last notes that I have here from the coordinator, back on September of 2020, the parties were attempting reconciliation, but there have been no filings since then. I went ahead and still sent them notice for today, though.
Okey doke. Okay, the last case on the docket then is 2020 FLA 1577 D1, Brittany Ruby Rivera versus Miguel Angel Rivera. Both parties are present.
Yes,
Before we get started, did you all submit a divorce decree?
I did. Yes, Your Honor.
How long ago?
I just submitted yesterday, only
Oh.
because both of us do work out of town, and unfortunately I wasn't able to make it till yesterday.
I'll go ahead and print it out for you, Judge, and take it to you.
Yeah, because we have a child involved, so yes, I would need to see the decree.
Actually, Miss Frida, can you go ahead and contact your office to see if they have it, because it's not scanned yet?
Yeah, I just asked if they have it.
Thank you.
So we just so we can speed it up a little bit. Did you all make provisions for child support in the order?
Yes, Your Honor. Child support has been submitted since August of last year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's already through the Attorney General and everything has been submitted.
Okay. Well, so did you incorporate the Attorney General's office, or did you put the numbers in the decree?
They should be in there, yes. I had if I'm not mistaken, I think she's an attorney or she's an attorney's assistant. I'm not sure, but she's the one who submitted all the paperwork for me. And in the decree, before I signed it, I made sure that it was involved and included my bad. But I'm not sure on her behalf if everything was in correctly or not.
That's all. We don't have to come back because we don't have to recover what the Attorney General's, well, you did in front of the other judge, the child support judge. We can incorporate that decision into this one. I just want to make sure that it's the same and that you made some reference either to the case number or the actual numbers that they gave you from that court in this decree. Do you know which one was done?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I do have the case number for the child support, and I'm not sure if that's any help right now?
No, it will. Yes, it is. Because if the numbers are not in there, I can just reference that court number.
Okay.
Why don't you give that to me, and that way we can get started.
Okay, give me, I wrote it down, but I think I wrote it down wrong. It should be 2020. Let me see. Okay, it's 2020 FLI 001200 C as in cat 1.
C1, okay. So that's 2020 FLI 001200 CI.
C1.
Yeah, C1, County Court number 1. Okay, can you please both raise your right hand so I can swear you in?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear that the evidence and testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Rivera, I'm going to start with Ms. Rivera since she's the petitioner, and I'll come back and ask you some questions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ms. Rivera, is your true and correct name Brittany Ruby Rivera?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're currently married to Miguel Angel Rivera.
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to filing for the divorce, have you lived in the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes.
And in Webb County for at least 90 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been separated?
It's already been 2 years and a month, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And are you asking that divorce be granted on the grounds of insupportability?
Yes.
Is there any reasonable expectations that you might get back together again?
No.
Okay. Mr. Rivera, I'll ask you the same question. Has the marriage become insupportable?
Yes.
Is there any expectations that you might get back together again?
Nope.
And according to the petition, you have one child together?
Yes.
A 4-year-old. Okay. Are there any other children expected of the marriage?
No.
Did the child support order also provide for visitation?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any request from either side that that be altered?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, on my behalf. Sorry.
Sorry. Your Honor, I just wanted to see if I can get my son on Christmas even years. That's the only thing. It wasn't on decree. I just read it. I just got it right now, like an hour ago. I was reading over it, and then I just want to see if I can get my son on even numbers for even years on Christmas.
Well, you'll be giving them all for this Christmas. Why even years and not the odds?
I think on the decree it says on the 28th. It's not Christmas. It says on the 28th, and then it says 6 p.m. and then return on the.
Well, what the decree does, it alternates. And I don't remember who gets evens and odds, but one year, one parent gets it on Christmas, and then the next year, the other parent, alternating with New Year's.
Oh, okay. So it is Christmas Day, no?
Well,
because I just glanced at it because I got it right now, like an hour ago. So.
It alternates. You may have the evens and you may have the odds, but it alternates every year. So one year you'll have Christmas and you won't have New Year's. The following year you'll have Christmas, but you won't have New Year's. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
It alternates. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering, because on the decree it says like on the 28th, and I was wondering if I can get them on Christmas Day.
Well, no, you're the last case, but yeah, normally if you had another judge that actually heard evidence and made that determination, I will tell you this, if the other judge didn't tell you, there's absolutely no reason why both of you can't agree on something different. The visitation orders kick in when the two of you cannot agree on the visitation. So you all are free to tailor make whatever visitation you all want. so long as you're both in agreement. Okay, the standard visitation it kicks in only because you all can't agree. So
Okay.
you may, and your child is 4 years old. So this is going to be an ongoing thing for you two, and it might be good that divorces are hard. I realize that, but for the sake of your child, that at least you all talk about things like that. And I know it's hard; it can be difficult, but you have to think about your child. And so hopefully you all can agree on altering, and you can alter all you want on the visitation, so long as you both agree. Failing that, then you do have to follow the court order, okay?
Right.
Okay. So that might be the order now. Is that the order?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Okay, I have the decree, and it does not have the provisions of the order from the county court, and that's why I need that. I'm gonna clarify that in this order to incorporate that decision that the judge, was it Judge Mendez that made the decision? Were you in front of Judge Mendez?
For the child support, Your Honor?
The child support court, yeah, well.
So for the child support, what I had done, I had gone online, applied online. Everything was done through Zoom as well. I really never had an actual judge appear in front of me. I just had a person from the Attorney General, and I had a notary who was there for us to agree, which the lady from the Attorney General's office told me that she was kind of just a mentor in the middle, so we wouldn't have to actually proceed to a hearing in court, which was a lot easier for us. We just came to the agreement.
Yeah, what they'll calculate and they'll submit it to a judge. Yeah, that happens too. Okay, that order on that case number will have to be incorporated into this. So what just out of curiosity, what was the child support order?
It was for 921 every 4th of the month. So if you would like to have that divided into 2, it would be for.
No, it's not necessary. I just want to make sure that you both understand that order is going to be incorporated into this order. So it will not be affected, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have
Yes.
a question. Since I'm married right now and I'm in the military, I get a basic housing allowance. But once the divorce gets signed, it automatically takes it away. How am I gonna have to submit for another child support? What's it called? Because right now it's 900 something, right? It comes out automatically from my MyPay and everything. And I just want to see like how would that work? Would I need to submit another paperwork for that, or?
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking. Your child support would have been based on what you take home on a monthly basis or biweekly, however you get paid. Where are you stationed, or you work from home right now, or what?
No, right now I'm on Camp Pendleton in California.
So, and your housing allowance is for what?
It's for a house, not to live out like.
Your Honor, if I may, sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
So that extra money that he is getting because we are married, which is why we haven't gotten divorced, because it was a monetary convenience for him at the time to not get divorced, to be able to still accumulate that extra $1,000 that they were giving him for us being married. Which is, I'm going to my next question now. He just got back from deployment, and the reason why we didn't get divorced this year was because we agreed on him leaving on deployment and still for him to accumulate that extra money that he was getting monthly for us being married. And he did agree to give me half of what he made, which was $3,000, which is my share. I was going to request that as well somewhere in the decree, but I don't think I saw that or a space for it. He did let me know through text message as well that he was going to do that. I do have that proof. I'm not sure if that's necessary at all. But I think what he's also trying to request now is that since we are going to get divorced, that extra $1,000 he's getting a month will now be reduced to him being single. So I think he's basically trying to reduce what he's paying for child support right now.
Well, I don't have the calculations in front of me, Mr. Rivera, but basically, if I understood correctly, you're paying how much a month? 900 and something?
That's right.
That's less than, well, I'll do the exact. You know, that's about $11,000 to raise a child. And I don't think that's very high. I mean, and I speak from experience, if someone told me I could raise a child on $11,000 a month, I would have been doing backflips. I would have had more. But,
right. The only thing is that so I talked to the lawyers right here on base, and they told me to ask you if it can get reduced, because I'm actually going to get paid like $2,400 a month, and that would be on the 1st and the 15th, and that's going to be pretty low. But if anything, I can just wait. Like they told me, if anything, if it couldn't be reduced, they can wait, and then I can just resubmit for child support. That's no problem for me. I have no issues with that.
yeah, you can't. And actually, that's the other thing. But yeah, then, and again, I'm just going on round numbers right now. Yeah, your child support would be reduced to around $600 a month.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they told me on base.
But I think your order for review of child support starts 6 months after the last order of child support. Well, I guess this would technically count as one as well. When was the last, when did you have the hearing, or when did you submit the paperwork to have that approved?
It was in August, Your Honor, August of 2020.
Yeah, but this order is going to kind of renew that and affirm.
Okay, so you're asking when I submitted this order for divorce?
No, because in Texas, a child support order can be reviewed every 6 months.
Okay.
So, which is what Mr. Rivera is talking about, is that, and it goes both ways. If he makes more money, then you can ask for more money. But if he makes less, he's entitled to ask for a reduction.
A reduction, of course.
And that's what he's asking me to grant at this time. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Rivera, I mean, right now you're earning what you're earning, okay? So, and,
right.
And that determination was made based on that. So, I don't know. I mean, I know they will take it away from you, knowing how the military works, but they haven't done it yet. So you're asking me to give you relief for something that hasn't happened. So I'm going to leave the child support as it is, but you will be entitled to come back and ask you if that, becomes a problem.
Right, because then I'm only going to be getting paid like $1,300 with the reductions, because they take it automatically. So I just wanted to know how was I going to be able to proceed with that. But that's fine, Your Honor. I'll just resubmit for child support.
Yeah. and you can probably do it the same way again. Now, the other thing that was brought up, and that is also community property, I'm not seeing anything regarding, was it hazard pay? Or when you were deployed?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, on deployment.
Yeah, I was in Iraq.
Well, I mean, I know this is probably not the best situation, but then, thank you for your service, but is there any, you can't, yeah, and there's 30 some odd pages for me to go through. Is there any dispute as to her half of the deployment pay, Mr. Rivera?
The thing is that I want to get in a hole where I cannot pay I cannot pay my bills for the next coming months until they fix the child support. And I don't know if you said it was 6 months. That's pretty long. I don't know if I can get her half at least, that way I can get on my feet and everything. But if it can be like that, then I'll just pay the $3,000.
What? Okay, well, hold on. Let's talk hard numbers then. So we're talking about $6,000 in deployment pay, right?
Right.
That's a 3. You're technically going to be paying on the issue of the deployment pay, and Mr. Rivera, and I think this is because I'm making this decision, is that both of you have testified about the fact that some of his income is going to be lost immediately because of the divorce. On the $6,000, which is the deployment pay, is that the set amount? 6,000?
No, Your Honor. I'm understood he did get more. I do understand that he gave me that amount only because it's a little bit lower. Well, a lot lower than what he made, which is why he wants to give me. If I wouldn't have known, he would have just told me 3,000 and he would have just given me 1,500 without me knowing. But there is ways to find out in the system of the military. When you do input his information, it does come out.
Mr. Rivera, what was the amount that was given to you?
It was about 6,700 for the hazardous pay. But like I'm saying, I don't know if it's a big issue. Then I'll just deal with the $1,300 pay a month. It was just that amount that I'm gonna get paid. But if that's an issue, then I'll just give Brittany the money. Also, we have a car together, and she said that she was gonna keep it. But I don't know if she can refinance it because she's made late payments as well, and that's hurting my credit. And I have the Credit Karma app, and it shows you when it's late and everything.
All right, hold on a second.
Sorry, Your Honor, jumping the gun.
Okay, hold on, Ms. Rivera. Let me do the issue on the hazard pay. The hazard pay indicated $6,750. He is going to be paying for at least 6 months, way above the 20%. Well, I say way, not that much, but above that. So, Mr. Rivera, the court is going to order you to pay Ms. Rivera $2,750 of that hazard pay. Okay? That's small. That's less than 50%, and I find that to be fair and equitable based on the current child support. All right, let's deal with this deal. Ms. Rivera, are you in possession of this vehicle?
I am, Your Honor, yes, but just last week he has requested for the to keep the vehicle, and I have told him that if he wants to go ahead and take it off my hands, and I could have my other vehicle, which he initially took when he moved out of our. And I do have as well those text messages that I did ask for the vehicle if for whatever reason does need to be submitted as evidence or for the case.
Well, normally, you know, when we have these settings, we would have hammered this out, so I wouldn't have to do a lot of this. You know, I mean, and that's what happens in a full-blown trial, but
I do apologize for that.
no, I'm just saying that sometimes the decisions are not based with all the facts, and it ends up being an unworkable. Well, we're just talking about a car, an unworkable divorce decree, but I mean, I'll make a decision on the car as well, on the two cars. I mean, how many cars do you all own jointly?
It's only the Charger.
To Your Honor.
Charger.
Two or one?
So the BMW is an 2006 BMW. I got it before I got married, and I was understood by a lawyer that would be my car. And then she got the 2017 Charger when we got married. And I did tell her that if I could use if I could have maybe the car, but then that was because my car broke down in Texas, and from post-deployment leave.
The BMW broke down?
Yes, it broke down on me in Texas, and I needed to get back to California, and I told her, but it wasn't a sad fact. And I told her, I was like, hey, I'm gonna take the car away from you. Like, that's not what happened. It was just that my car broke down in Texas, and I needed to be back in California to check in. But I have no intentions of getting that car. She's had it for 3 years, I think, or 2.
But is in your name right now?
It's in both.
In both of your names.
I'm the co-signer.
Well, no, I'm just gonna award the vehicles in the possession of whoever has them, but you know, ordering somebody to refinance, I mean, we can do that, but we can't force the banks, or if she has bad credit, to give her credit. What it does is if it ever defaults and they come after you, is that you have a cause of action against her if you end up having to pay anything. So, but I mean, it seems it would be in her best interest to pay it off, and she is about to get $2,750. So if she were wise, she can use that to hopefully pay it. How much is owed on the Charger?
If I'm not mistaken, 17,000 is left.
There you go. Okay, well, that's the order of the court. Okay, and in case I haven't ruled, I'm going to grant the divorce on the grounds of insupportability. The order of child support will be incorporated into this order, and the court awards the visitation, standard visitation, failing agreement of the parents. The court awards joint managing conservatorship, with the mother being able to determine the primary residence of the child. The hazard pay or the deployment pay will be divided in the amounts indicated, $2,750 going to the wife. The child support will remain at the amount indicated at monthly, 900 and change. Is there a name change being requested?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and no name change. Okay, you all, I may need a day or two just to incorporate the other order into this, but for the most part, you should have the copy soon, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just had a question for this. how would I get the divorce, the final one? Because I do need to turn it into IPAC. To
The
my
district clerks will be sending you a copy to the address they have.
on the decree, I don't think I have an address in there.
You can go ahead and provide your address to the clerk so she can write it down. So that way they can go ahead and mail it over to you, a certified copy.
Okay, can it be California, right?
Yeah, it can be
Yes,
anywhere.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a second. Let me get the address.
Whose divorce court or pro se docket was this? Was it the 341st?
Yes, Judge Palomos.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's 146 Ellison, E as in Echo, L as in Lima, I as in India, S as in Sierra, I as in India, O as in Oscar, N as in November. Court, CT 92058. That's a zip code, and Oceanside, California.
Okay. So it was 146 Elysion, which was Echo Lima, India, Sierra, India, Oscar, November, CT. The zip code was 92058 in Oceanside, California.
Sorry, I misspelled that. It's E as in Echo, L as in Lima, I as in India, A as in Apple, S as in Sierra, O as in Oscar, N as in November. My bad.
Okay, so Echo Lima, India, Alpha, Sierra, Oscar, and November.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
I thought I was Igloo. All right. Thank you, Mr. Rivera. Mrs. Rivera, are you still there? There you are.
Yes.
Okay. So give me a day or two and just to incorporate what I indicated. Best of luck to both of you. And thank you for being patient.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Have a great afternoon.
You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.